AI filmmaking fails when shots are held too long. The longer an AI shot stays on screen, the more time the audience has to notice the illusion breaking down. These shots are front-loaded. They look strongest in the first fraction of a second, the moment the idea reads and the impression lands. This chart tracks audience belief over time. There's a brief spike of total immersion at 0 seconds, but as the shot continues, belief drops. Errors appear in stages. First, drift in facial features. Next, visual artifacts. And finally, impossible physics. Because time actively exposes these weaknesses, the lingering editorial pace used in traditional cinema becomes a liability in an AI workflow. To solve this, we rely on a workflow called the edit-led illusion. Improving an AI film often has less to do with the prompt and more to do with controlling the exact frame a shot appears and disappears. Instead of presenting a single shot as evidence of a scene, the editor shapes perception by sequencing brief impressions and letting the audience connect the dots. Success in this medium requires shifting your focus from the technical generation of the footage to the psychological impact of the edit. We establish pace by using the 2-second rule. This is our practical baseline. Assume no AI shot earns more than 2 seconds of screen time. In those 2 seconds, the audience registers the identity of the character and the emotion of the moment. Anything longer allows the eye to wander toward the flaws. You also have to resist the urge to wait for an action to finish. If a character is reaching for an object, you don't need to see the fingers touch the surface. Cutting before emotion resolves creates momentum. It keeps the energy high and hides the jittery frames that often occur at the end of a generated sequence. This isn't a way to hide bad footage. It's a stylistic choice. Rapid cutting signals to the viewer that every frame is intentional and the story is moving with urgency. Aggressive editing turns the technical limitations of AI into a fast-paced cinematic signature. To make these fast transitions feel natural, we use inserts as the connective tissue of the scene. Inserts, like a close-up of hands or an environmental detail, reset the viewer's eye. They allow you to bridge 2 shots that don't perfectly match, snapping the sequence into a cohesive rhythm. You can hold a shot longer, but you have to earn it. You do that by establishing the geography of the scene and building the audience's trust through a consistent rhythm first. Creators often struggle with this because of the too good to cut trap. Because AI shots can feel like small miracles, there is a strong emotional resistance to trimming them down. Your loyalty must remain with the flow of the sequence, not the individual shot. To save the film, you will have to cut shots you personally love. Here are 5 tactical techniques you can use to save an AI sequence right now. 1. Trim the head. Remove the first 10% of the clip to skip the initial motion ramp in and start the shot mid-action. 2. Trim the tail. Cut the end of the clip to exit the shot before the AI begins to morph or drift. 3. Cut on motion. Use a subject's movement across the frame to mask the transition to the next visual. 4. Cut to sound. Let the audio lead the eye, triggering the cut on a specific beat or sound effect. 5. Cut to inserts. Force a visual reset when 2 primary shots refuse to cut together. These aren't software upgrades. They are exercises in directorial judgment. Audiences are generally forgiving of visual inconsistencies, but they rarely stay engaged if the rhythm of the film is boring. Take one sequence you're working on and perform a ruthless trim pass. Duplicate your timeline and cut every single shot 20 to 30% shorter. Add exactly 1 insert where a transition feels jarring, then watch the result. Compare the runtimes and post your before and after second counts in the comments. You will almost always find that the shorter version feels more professional. Next, we're going to look at the other half of this equation, the 3-layer rhythm stack. We can hide a lot of visual flaws in the edit, but audio is what ultimately sustains the audience's belief in the world you've created. We'll see you then.